They're arguing again. Don't move it, dying man.
Why not?
Well, there might be like crystals in his lungs or some shit.
Well, you just said he's dying.
Look at him.
What's the worst that could happen to a dying man if you move him?
He could die.
Yeah, he's already dying. Hey everybody, welcome back to another Stone-Faced Reactions. I'm Theta, this is Arcloid, and we are here with episode 28 of One Piece. One 1/500th of the way through, maybe?
At least.
Well, I mean, it's some fraction of a fraction of the way through. But why don't you go ahead and lay on us what happened almost 2 weeks ago in our recording.
I just brought that up too.
Luffy you're cheating. Okay,
yes,
good to know.
Well, I keep notes.
Hmm.
Luffy decided that in order to save the Baratier, it had to be destroyed. And I still don't understand that because it's someone's treasure, and I thought he respected that. But we'll learn.
He didn't destroy the Baratier. Oh, never mind. He did say something about that at the end of last episode.
Yeah, so he broke the fin deck that was on fire from Pearl's rampage. We then learn that Gin is Krieg's commander, and he fights with Wade and Tonpa when Krieg sicked Gin on Sanji. Pearl tried for Sanji himself because Gin hesitated, but Gin broke his main torso shield. Gin then did as he was told and laid Sanji out, but refused to kill him, going against his nature and reputation as man-demon. Seeing this, Krieg decided to unleash a poison gas bomb. So Luffy, I got it right, stole 2 of the crew's gas masks and gave them to Sanji and Gin. Gin refused. Too bad though, when Luffy wanted to get a magical result, everybody else was underwater.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people suffering from the gas right now. I mean, you have any other thoughts about the episode? Or what's gonna happen, or any of the characters, or I guess generally anything. Do you have any thoughts about anything?
Well, I had thought that Gin was a lowly subordinate like any other member of the crew that's been faceless and nameless until now.
Well, except that both he has a face and literally a name.
Yeah, but
also I'm pretty sure his name is Jin, isn't it?
I thought it was, well, it's spelled Gin, Ghin in the
oh, right. I'm sorry. In my memory, I was thinking it was Gin, like Jin.
And it's Gin in the wiki. I don't know how a horizontal moving hand means wiki, but that it did in my hand.
Well, yeah, but I mean, you actually literally brought that up last episode. I know this is like 2 weeks between recording for us, so for us, that might seem like a new thought when we're talking about it right now. But if you're watching this in a playlist, you will have heard Arcloid say that literally last episode.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to repeat things for those who don't need it.
Don't apologize, I'm bringing it up for the sake of the audience. Because you gotta remember, like, maybe like a week. I think we release 3 of these episodes a week. Because I think I'm trying to do them like Saturday, Sunday, and Wednesday. 6 o'clock releases if we're still caught up. Otherwise, so if somebody who will decide to like, well, I'm just gonna wait till there's like 30 episodes and I'm gonna watch these all in like one binge. It's just gonna hear you say the same thing a couple times in a row. Whereas for us, this is like a once a week thing. So you're thinking, oh, well, this is my thought. And that person's like, God, he said that thing like 3 times now. He really did not think Jin was anybody. Is that all you got then?
That's all I got, sorry.
Alright, let's go ahead and just get on into it then.
But before we get started,
make sure that you hit the like button,
hit that subscribe button,
comment down below to feed that algorithm.
On top of all that, if you want to watch more shows like this, unfiltered,
uncensored,
and uncut,
as well as some early access stuff,
you can check it out over on the Patreon.
It's just $5 a month, but hey, no pressure.
There's zero pressure in order to do that. It's just a little bit of extra support, and it would be greatly appreciated.
I
And
had
of
forgotten I
course-
turned down the volume on this so I could hear you too. And I was about to panic because I could barely hear what was going on.
When I grab thumbnails for anything on the channel, I usually open the thing up again and mute it, and to just skip around the videos to see what's the best looking still frame that I can cut apart to make a thumbnail with. Which tends to then mean that I'll forget later when starting a new reaction recording that the thing is muted. So I'll like crank my volume up to like 100 and until I notice on the very side that the mute symbol is up.
That could be confusing. I could definitely see that.
Well, you wouldn't. I don't have that feature enabled on the recording to let you guys see anything about what's going on. That way I can click around on the screen, see how much time is left, see where we're at, without anybody knowing that I might be getting antsy about recording time. Wonder how far it is until the next opening.
Well, I wouldn't know that.
I was about to say I think we've met everybody in the opening so far, and then we just had our little last flash there, where I think we haven't met any of those last 3 people.
Yeah, that guy with the swordfish nose. I don't know
Or
who
the
he
person
is.
filled with face tattoos. And somebody else, there was a third, I can't remember.
てめえはもう俺の一味じゃねえよ。死ね。
I'd tell Don Krieg to go fuck himself.
Well, you're not loyal. You'd also would have died with the first, 4,999 people.
悲しい。
Those might hurt Luffy because they're sharp.
Yeah, I think you also said that last time. I'm gonna be fair, Ark. I don't think you and I would be pirates in this world unless we encountered a devil fruit.
Oh, hell no.
Without a devil fruit, we would just be villagers who get like beaten up by the pirates.
Yeah, we'd be the ones begging for our lives.
And considering how rare devil fruits are supposed to be, I don't think it's happening.
Especially in real life.
これは当然の報いなんだ。なんでだ。なんでだ。最後に意地を見。
I think there's also the side bit of I have no great ambition. The people who find devil fruits and get all these powers, they have all these ambitions.
Right, like Luffy wants to be king of the pirates, and
Right, I'd be in the catch-22 of I'd only get ambition after having found a devil fruit. Oh, now I can do stuff. Otherwise, I'd be fit to be where I was.
out for mine. And there goes everybody.
Well, yeah, this has all still kind of been recap.
That looks like one of those hunting BBs.
So who threw him a mask?
これが武力。
I don't know.
Man, I really don't remember. I would guess Gin.
These cold eyes.
都合よく落ちててよかった。
とんでもねえ野郎だ。戦いに毒
That
ガスなん
drifted
か
pretty
使う
far
なん
away.
て。
I mean, also, you're at no fear if you're the other side of the ship,
人間のやること
apparently.
じゃねえ。
You could have walked away from this bomb.
Oops. There's that much of it.
They're really good at the dog paddle.
They're treading water without their hands.
Yeah,
Oh my
I was
gosh.
right.
Look what color he turned. Is he holding his breath?
Ah, it doesn't look like it. Seems like he's poisoned.
I think Luffy's gonna take umbrage to that. We're just looking at that defiant pose, you can tell.
Well, I mean, his whole thing is about friendship and crew and whatnot.
You know, he now learns this.
Only a Sith deals in absolutes.
でもそんな
Yeah, he definitely strikes me as having that sort of
それまで
Sith
銀さんほどドンに忠実
philosophy.
に働いた男はいねえんだから。あの時だってそうだ。
Very
グランドラインから逃げ
self-centered,
出したばかりの俺たちをフルボディの海軍船が狙ってきやがった時。ああ、あの時総隊長はドンに扮して一人でおとりになってくれたんだ。常にドンクリークのために命を張って戦ってきたあの人。
So full body had fought Gin before.
full body is one of the Marines, right?
Yeah, he's the guy from the beginning of the whole arc.
Yeah, I remember the name, I just didn't exactly remember who he was affiliated with.
多少の解毒作用はあるはずだ。2階へ運べ、そしてよく呼吸をさせるんだ。助かる見込みがあるとすればまずそれだけだ。早くしろよ、パティ。
Also, if I was one of Don Krieg's guys, I certainly would not be saying there was no one more loyal to Don than Gin. Because that implies that you're not as loyal as the guy who's being killed for being disloyal.
And that doesn't reflect well on everybody else on Don Krieg's crew.
Because I am the main character.
And the series would be 1,000 episodes shorter if this is the end. Didn't get Luffy.
I mean, literally all Krieg needs to do to beat Luffy is take his armor off and get in the water.
You punched him right through it.
Oh yeah, man, he already charged through a bunch of spikes. What's one more layer?
Now he's gonna stick to the ground with that thing.
I just mean that Luffy can't touch the water without getting powerless, right?
Right.
So Don Krieg gets in the water, and how's Luffy gonna fight him then?
Yeah, they're all having sympathy pains.
なんてことを。
今の今までドンが膝をつかされたところすら見たことがねえのに顔面ぶっ飛ばしやがった。しかもあの剣山マントの上から信じられるかおい。
Made Luffy bleed his own blood.
ここは俺の墓場か。お前の墓場か。
I do appreciate the sound of how heavy those things are.
Yeah, cold steel sells something like that. It's basically a double tapered iron spike. You're supposed to be able to throw it. It's a pretty thick fabric. Like Kevlar, I guess.
Unless Luffy did die here. But the next 1,170 episodes are actually just a fever dream of him dying to the smoke, the poison cloud that he inhaled.
That would be far out. Like, you get all the way through the entire show and you realize, and then the last scene is this, and Luffy just falls dead. That would be a terrible joke on all of the people who've been watching this.
Yeah, the One Piece was never real. It wasn't even the point of the show.
That Luffy was just delusional about it, you mean?
Hell, Luffy never even made it to the Bratier. He's been on death's door ever since he stabbed himself in the face. In the flashback.
Far out.
Oi, 下っ端しっかりしろいさあ、空気吸えいい空気いっぱい吸え
Breathe in the good air.
大丈夫かよおい。水でも飲むか。
I mean, they were literally supposed to leave the mask on, right? Because it had a detoxifying effect.
こりゃやばいぜ。
俺の特製プリンクかうめえぞ
バカ野郎。中毒しているやつにさらに毒食わしてどうすんだ。
おい、こらドクターなんだてめえに人のことが言えんのか
なんだと。俺の肉料理はな世界一って言われてんだ。死ぬほどうまいって評判で。ほお前が死んでどうする。
おい、しっかりしろ
They're arguing again. Don't move a dying man.
Why not?
Well, there might be like crystals in his lungs or some shit.
Well, you just said he's dying.
Look at him.
What's the worst that could happen to a dying man if you move him?
He could die.
Yeah. He's already dying.
Maybe you want to make it worse, though?
You can't make it worse.
By making him dead. It doesn't have to get worse.
If he's dying, that implies the end condition is unchangeable.
So everybody who goes into cardiac arrest is finished?
They're not dying. If they were dying, anyone who went to cardiac arrest fatally is dying. Anyone who went to cardiac arrest and was saved was not dying.
Keep knocking Krieg in his ass.
I think the end point is anyone that died was dying. If you didn't die at the end, you weren't dying.
But people can be brought back from that state of being fatally whatever.
If you got brought back from dead, then you were dying, yes. But that's because you reached the dead condition first. You have to die to have been dying.
Oh, look, and his pupils came back.
Yeah, we paid the animator a little bit more. I mean, it's already ruined by the fact he had to sail back from the Grand Line.
Did that thing just explode when it hit?
Yeah, that's what it does.
大戦争
Battle spear.
I mean, you gotta imagine his suit's filled with so much gunpowder that anything he has probably
どこ
can
まで逃げ
explode.
切れるかな。見ものだぜ、金槌こそ。この大戦争は2、3発食らっても立ってられるようなさっきまでのちんけな槍とはわけが違うぜ。
That spear could cut you in half like 7.
なんだあの槍は。
I mean, all he has to do is knock him into the water.
なんだよあの
Good
槍
catch,
打ち
Luffy.
込むたびに爆発すんのかなんだ膝が
長期戦はまずいな血を流しすぎて持たねえぞあいつ
無理がたたったな。そろそろてめえの体力も限界だろうぜ。
くそこんなに売れる飛島じゃフルに力出せね
That's not a good position for Luffy to be in. He's using it more like it's an axe.
Not really. I mean, it's a spear. He's using it in spear-like manner.
He's swinging it.
Yeah.
You
You never
don't
seen
swing
like
it
a,
weapon.
not a Buddhist monk, but like Chinese monk bow staff styles?
Yeah, but those are bow staffs. They don't have blades on the end that are meant for thrusting.
Literally, there's no difference. You can't thrust with a bow staff. You hit somebody with the blunt end of it.
The whole thing is the blunt end.
That doesn't make me not right, by the way. All I said is you hit somebody with the blunt end of it. I mean, at the end of the day, what is a spear but a staff with a blade on it?
Right? And as that could describe a whole lot of weapons.
Not really.
Glaives, halberds.
No, glaives don't have a, what did I say?
A glaive is a knife on a stick.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
You're describing an axe as a knife?
No, a glaive is a long, single-edged blade on the end of a pole.
No, a glaive has a cutting edge. Typically like an axe formation.
腹にくくった一本の槍にゃ
I think you mean a
かなわねえ
bartouche.
こともある
A bartouche and a glaive are just variations of one another.
Well, glaive is... I'll show you on a weapons forum when this is over.
Aha. Well, that is you acknowledging that you're wrong then, because these people will never see that, and I will never acknowledge it on the next recording.
I'll have the satisfaction of knowing I'm right. That's all I need.
それでこそ潰しがいがあるぜ。
I think that's his gold-plated armor.
Yes, it's literally his armor. The thing he's been wearing the entire
But is it
last 5
gold-plated or
episodes.
is it actually gold?
No, he said what it was made of a long time ago. I don't remember anymore. It's just really, really strong. Like, stronger than anybody else's armor in this particular part of the ocean.
Didn't Zeph also have armor when he was a pirate and he had to shed it while he was underwater?
Literally did not.
I remember that wrong. Is Luffy just absorbing the explosions with his rubber body?
I don't think Luffy can absorb explosions. It's a shame all of the rest of the crew have already been sent away.
Yeah, they might be able to help down Krieg by swarming Luffy and holding him down. And then they've
No, I
already
meant the
exploded.
Straw Hat crew.
Oh yeah, you're right. They're just elsewhere.
Chasing after Nami.
Oh yeah, because Nami stole the Going Merry. Yes. She left Zoro's buddies behind at Riot. Misaku and Johnny, I just saw my that's their names. Mm.
くだらねえ理由でその槍を噛み殺しているバカを俺は知ってるがな。大戦争が貴様何をし
I'm
やがっ
gonna
た。
guess he's been punching the spear every time it explodes or something.
That's probably what's been making it
パ
explode.
ンチ入れてやった。
No, see, there you go.
お前の槍、もうダメだな。覚悟しろよ。
I mean, even if the cutting edge is gone, it still fucking explodes when it hits something.
True. But as it hasn't been too effective against Luffy, it just makes him winded.
I know it seems to throw him around. Any chance you have to throw Luffy into the water is a chance to win the fight.
True. But other than that, it doesn't seem to be
Other
breaking
than that,
down
the
too
only
much.
thing that can defeat Luffy.
It's cutting and piercing weapons and the water.
Yes, the water. And again, this thing throws Luffy around every time it explodes. There's very limited ground to stand on. Oh, and it also destroys the ground.
Well, we've already seen him flying over the water and then stretching an arm to grab some boat part.
Yeah,
So it's not like he's completely helpless when this happens.
unless he destroys more of those boat parts.
True.
Also, Krieg is the strongest man. We saw him throw a boat one-handed. He can just throw those boat parts.
But Luffy's made of rubber, so he could just absorb the impact, I guess. It's good for more than just stretching, I'd assume.
Let's point out he's using the spear in the next time on.
次回ワンピース死闘の決着腹にくくった一本の槍海賊王
Okay,
に
that could be
俺
better.
はなる
What?
Putting Luffy in a net so he can't stretch through it.
I thought you were going to point out that it literally said the conclusion of the battle.
Oh no, I was watching the pictures. I didn't see what the text was saying.
Oh, thing that lets you understand exactly what's going on.
Yes, I have limited bandwidth in my brain.
You know, I am 90% focused on the bottom of the screen most of the time. Well, I mean, anything else you want to bring up about this episode or commentary about it?
That looks like Luffy fought pretty smartly against Don Krieg, and stressing his weapon as he did was a pretty good tactic. I don't know. I think Don Krieg is the more he fights, the more of his arsenal he's losing. So I guess it's just going to be a battle of attrition from here on.
I mean, Luffy did not fight smart in any aspect of the fight. What was one smart thing that he did?
Well, he grabbed that boat part as he was flying past it, and he was punching the blade.
Well, one, grabbing the boat part wasn't a fight part. It was like a saving himself part.
As a consequence of the fight.
Yeah, as a consequence of the fight, not the fight itself. If I grab a life preserver as a boat is sinking, that's not as a consequence of the boat sinking. Well, I mean, that's not because the boat's sinking. That's me saving myself from the boat sinking.
Got a point there.
Otherwise, Luffy stayed in the gas section of the poison gas bomb, when clearly we get shown that the other half of the Baratier is not poisoned. He runs straight into the bullets, so that he has to pull them out of himself later. He constantly gets hit with the explosions. I'm just saying, he's not a smart fighter.
Got a point there, but he did have some tactical ideas that he enacted, but I guess you're right. Maybe it doesn't quite balance out all of the recklessness.
I just mean that's all he is. He's reckless. He's reckless, Lucky, and the main character. He's the one character I'm sure will never die. Unless he wants to. It feels like that kind of show. Like, no idea why Gold Roger died at the end, since he, like, was just laughing and told everybody everything. So it feels like this is the kind of character archetype that Luffy is in.
Devil may care.
Alright, well, that said, I guess we're going to go ahead and wrap up for this episode. Once again, I have been Theta, this has been Arcloid, we've been Stoneface Reactions, and we will catch you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching another Stoneface Reactions. If you have an idea of another video we could go ahead and watch, go ahead and put it in the comments down below and we'll add it to the wheel. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let us know what you thought about this video and what parts you liked. And until then, we'll see you next time. Is this too goofy?